Assalamualaikum and good day, everyone. So this is a lecture for week 3 and I've put them together for week 4. So in week 3 and week 4 we will discuss on the adaptive immune response. So first we start with the part 1, the introduction to adaptive immune response. So this immune response is the third line of defense for our immune system. It is a response to call for help from the second line of defense. These cells are specifically custom designed to meet specific threats. So these specific custom designed cells and also specific antibodies. The adaptive response developed will remember pathogen for years. So these two are the main among the main character of adaptive immune response, which they are designed to fight specific pathogens or threats, and they will persist in the body for many years in the form of memory cells. The main characteristic of adaptive immune response include first, specificity, where the ability to target specific pathogens through their unique antigens. And second, diversity. Even though the adaptive is very specific, they can recognize and design specific antibodies for a specific type of antigen or viruses, but they're still able to recognize a variety of vast amounts of pathogens. So there are, I think it is recorded around more than 1,200 types of pathogens or microbe that can cause disease to humans. So that's a huge amount of pathogens. So but our immune system still able to recognize them one by one. So the ability to recognize almost infinite numbers of antigens, and each different pathogens still can be targeted specifically. Third, self and non-self. The ability for the adaptive immune response or immune system to recognize between our own cells or our own body antigens with the foreign antigens or from the pathogens or other cells from other people. So we can observe this response commonly observed in the ABO type blood grouping, where the body can recognize if the person having a blood A, so the body can recognize it will only accept blood group type A because it will recognize B as foreign. So the ability to recognize self with non-self or foreign antigens. Fourth, of course, the memory. So that adaptive immune response, the ability to vigorously respond to pathogens for second time exposure. So for the second time, when the pathogen try to attack, the same type of pathogen try to attack our body, the adaptive already develop a memory for that kind of pathogen. So our body able to respond faster and stronger. This is based on the production of memory cells that remains in the system after the response finish. For example, that we can observe commonly in chickenpox cases. Here, chickenpox on the toddler. This is very common, and 99% of people I think will be infected in one time of their lifetime period with chickenpox, but it will most of the time happen once, because our body already have memory for second time of infection. So when an individual recovers from chickenpox, the body develops a memory of the infection that will specifically protect it from the causative agent, which is a type of virus, the varicella zoster virus. Upon re-exposure to the same type of virus, for example, if we already recovered from chickenpox many years ago, maybe when you are still in your primary school, second time you are exposed, now you will not develop the disease for a second time, because the immune system, our immune system already has memory on varicella zoster, so our memory cell will able to respond faster and stronger. That means no illness from chickenpox, and the person which re-exposed for the second time will stay healthy. Components of adaptive immune response: we have the main character, lymphocytes, which arise from the same hematopoietic stem cells in the bone marrow together with the other blood cells. Different in maturation site determine their names. So we have here T and B cell and their name and functions based on where they matured. Once matured, which are matured cell, we recognize them as immunocompetent. That means the cells now able to produce an immune response. So immunocompetent means the cell that being produced, the immune cells from a young cell become matured and they able to respond to infection. So ability to respond is termed as immunocompetent. Both B and T cells disperse to the lymph nodes and the spleen, and they also circulate in the blood and lymphatic fluid. We have a look on T cells. T cells migrate from bone marrow, they migrate to the thymus, and they become immunocompetent. They regulate the cell-mediated immunity and regulators of adaptive immunity. For B cells, the lymphocytes will stay in the bone marrow and become immunocompetent there. So they will remain in bone marrow and mature there. B cells responsible for the humoral immunity or antibody-mediated immunity. And B cells, they produce the antibody.